I've gotten 3,000 subscribers within the past 7 days, and in this video, I'm gonna break down step by step how I did it so you can do it if you want to, because it didn't just happen by chance. Now, this isn't gonna be one of those typical YouTube guru videos that you see blasted all over YouTube about how you can go viral and all these crazy thumbnails and click-through rate and retention hacks and editing and fancy hooks, but you will learn how to build the right audience. And if you build the right audience, then you can actually build a business off the back of your audience, because all subscribers are not created equally. Look, I built a 7-figure online business, and so many creators are out here focused on the wrong things like views and subscribers, when most content creators out here are not properly monetizing those views or subscribers. And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you may just end up on the content creation hamster wheel, chasing all the vanity metrics instead of chasing the actual things that will build your business. And once you're focused on the right things, you actually won't have to chase them at all. You will attract them and they'll just come to you. So look, just to bring you or to show you my YouTube analytics real quick. So you'll see here, within the past 7 days, I've gotten a little over 3,000 subscribers. And what most content creators will be making a big whoop about is that I got a little over $2,000 within the past 7 days. Now, I'm not saying that this isn't cool, because it is actually pretty cool to just get paid a couple $1,000s within a week to just sit here and yap for about 5 minutes on some stuff that I actually care about and am passionate about. But this here isn't the goal. It's just like a little cherry on top. It's an added bonus. But in order to focus on building an actual audience, there's only 4 things that you really need to focus on. So look, the first thing is this. You need to understand who it is that you're actually making your videos for. And so many creators are not focused about this at all. So for one, it's because they're trying to be content creators instead of being contentpreneurs. So a content creator is just going out here and they're just making whatever it is that they think will get the most amount of views. Whereas a contentpreneur is focused on making the right thing that their intended audience not only wants to view, but needs to view. So if I was just out trying to be a content creator, I could probably do a lot of stupid, goofy stuff and get the most amount of views. I could probably take some baby powder and put it in my hand and then just walk outside and go slap a granny or something like that, which would be a terrible thing to do, but that will probably go viral and I would get a whole lot of views. But who are those people viewing your channel? So look, stop thinking like a content creator and start thinking like a contentpreneur. So a contentpreneur thinks like this: every single video solves a problem. So even if you're thinking about the content that you watch for entertainment purposes, right? Because I have an educational channel, and I highly advise, if you really want to make some money, you want to have an educational channel. You don't want to just be out here entertaining people. It's hard to make it in the entertainment business. But even the content that you watch for entertainment reasons, they all solve a problem. So even me, I watch a lot of sports and music content. It still solves a problem that I have to occupy that little window to occupy my time. So even entertainment meets a need, and people click on any piece of content for a particular reason. So stop asking yourself, or stop thinking to yourself, what do I want to post? You start focusing on what your audience actually needs instead of always thinking about what it is that you actually want to post. Then you start to carve out a position for yourself within the vast algorithm of the YouTube world. All right. And it takes a certain level of empathy to do this also, because you need to be thinking about somebody outside of yourself. And empathy plus positioning, that's where you actually start to get in front of the right people. So this is really less about the algorithm and more about the psychology behind a viewer, because if we understand the psychology about who it is that we're making this content for, and we just focus on making the stuff that they not only want to see, that they need to see and that they are searching for on a daily basis, then YouTube's algorithm will just place us right in front of them and just say, hey, here I am, I got what you need. Look, you sitting here watching this video, I didn't come out and try to find you. You found me. And that's because I focus on not only positioning, but I focus on the empathy of my viewer as well, or I have empathy for my viewer. So the second thing, for one, you need to study your market, which no content creators are out here doing. Remember, think like a contentpreneur. So study your market and reverse engineer success. So what I mean by this is this: so many people out there are thinking that they have to come up with a new idea. Well, listen to me and hear me loud and clear when I say this. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Think about it. The wheel, it's been around for a long time. It works. It rolls. Now, other people, they may take the wheel and they may put their own spin on it. So you may go to Houston, Texas, and they might put swingers on their rims. You may go to Florida where they're riding these donks and they may have some different rims on their car. Or you might go to LA and they may have 100-spoke Daytons on a lowrider. But it's still all the same wheel. And this is how we can find success on YouTube to get in front of the right people, by being aware of other success and then taking that and then spinning it and putting our own version on it. So study current winners within your niche. Now, when I say current winners, I'm talking within the past 1 to 2 years, not 10 years ago. So a lot of people that I found, they'll go to their favorite creators page and they'll categorize it from most popular. And then they'll see their most popular video and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll just copy that. Well, for one, you don't want to copy at all. But if that video is not recent, you don't have actual data that that is something that has performed well recently. So if you're seeing something from 8 years ago or 10 years ago, well, that's not giving you any proof of concept that that's something that's worked recently, because in the content world, stuff is changing so much and so fast. So what you want to do when you're studying other winners within your niche, look at their thumbnails, listen to their hooks, look at their titles and their editing styles. Then you want to identify the common denominators and analyze the recommended videos, not just SEO search. And this is a big thing right here, because so many people hear people on YouTube, include myself, talk about how YouTube is a search engine, because YouTube is the second biggest search engine on the planet, because Google owns YouTube. So they'll try to make content that is optimized for SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. So they want to make all this searchable content. Now, I'm not against making searchable content. I do make searchable content, but that's a secondary strategy of mine. I want to show up on your home page. I want to show up on your home screen, because think, even though we all use the search bar quite frequently, whenever we hop on YouTube, we're spending majority of our time on the home screen. So I want the home page to suggest my content. And then if I can rank on the homepage, if I have certain keywords in my video, then I can maybe rank for search. Or if I am making an actual search-based video, I know that that's something that probably won't get the most viewership immediately. That's going to be something that I have a more long-term strategy to get a smaller amount of views trickling in over a extended period of time. But the game, in order, if you want to build an audience quickly, is that you want to be getting suggested on the homepage of YouTube. So, like I said, SEO is not gold. YouTube is the biggest streaming platform, period. It's bigger than Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Peacock, all of them. So it's the biggest streaming platform first. The second biggest search engine second. So YouTube pushing your content on the homepage, that's where the gold is. So what you want to do when you're doing your market research is that you want to get a list or a compilation or a database. This could be just something in your notes on your phone or a Google spreadsheet or something like that. Whatever it is, you want to compile a list of top performing titles. And then what I like to do is that I just drop them in ChatGPT. I know this age of AI, everybody's like, what's the best AI to use? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Gemini? Is it this? Is it that? All these language models, as far as just language and word, they're all pretty much the same. Just pick something. I use ChatGPT. So, but in ChatGPT, when I drop these titles there, I'm not asking it for ideas for me initially. I'm asking it to search for pattern recognition and formulas. And this is just a key. This is just a key to success, period. Success leaves clues. And so many people are looking for success everywhere, but they're not looking at the clues that success leaves behind. And they're trying to recreate success out of nothing. But if you use a tool like ChatGPT, and once you do your market research and say, like, find me the patterns and the formulas in there, you'll start to see these patterns come up and you're like, oh, this is stuff that I can replicate, and I can create my own concepts and my own titles off of these proven patterns and formulas that have already worked. So this is pattern mining and not guessing. And there's so many creators out there that are simply just guessing, and they're throwing whatever they can at the wall and as much stuff as they can at the wall, and just crossing their fingers and hoping that something sticks. But when you're moving like this, you're moving with more confidence because you're not guessing anything. You're moving strategically like a contentpreneur off the patterns that have shown themselves to you. So the third thing is this: your proven blueprint now, plus your authentic voice, is what makes you you and what makes you stick out like a sore thumb on the internet. And that's what so many people are avoiding, is being their authentic true self. So what they're doing is that they're getting inspiration, or they're seeing something that works from somebody else, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna copy that person. Well, guess what? If you just copy that person, then you're not going to be you, and it's called YouTube. People want to watch you, not them. If they wanted another version of them, they could just continue to watch them, which most people do. So look, here's a structure. You use what works, which is the blueprint, which we discussed up here, but you inject your own personality. I don't care who it is. Me and you could say the same exact things word for word, and it's going to be digested totally different just from who we are. We can talk about the same concepts, but because I'm Aston and you're you, it's going to be interpreted totally different from the same person. I'll give you a key example. Have you ever given somebody some advice, or you knew how to do something and you told somebody something and they didn't listen to you? And then down the line, they hear the same exact thing from somebody else. And they're like, oh man, listen, blah, blah, blah said this and it worked. And you're like, man, I told you that 2 months ago. And like, no, you didn't. The same message communicated differently from different people are interpreted differently. So you are what makes you you, and you are what makes you stand out on YouTube. Stop trying to be like other people. Stop trying to copy other people and be yourself. And when you're focused on just being your authentic self, there's no competition out there. Nobody can be you how you're you. And the chances of you being born, if you didn't realize, are like around 1 in 400 trillion. So you're kind of unique and special. So you may want to showcase that to some people, but lean into what makes you you. So that may be some of your personality quirks. That might be your delivery style. That might be what it is that you actually love. That might be your faith and what you believe in. You're weird. I love weird people. I love the weird things about people. I love when I meet a stranger and they just start talking about whatever is weird to them. Like, I actually get inspired by that type of stuff. I like when people are passionate about something. I can have a conversation with anybody about whatever. I just get inspired to go deeper in my passion when I hear somebody else passionate about something. But the things that you are trying to hide about yourself, these are the traits that will attract your people. These are the traits that will attract your tribe. These are the traits that will attract your community, the people that are for you. Embrace your weirdness. Now, I'm not telling you to be a weirdo because there is a difference between being weird and being a weirdo. We don't want to be weirdos out here, but we do want to embrace our weird. And this is brand differentiation via identity. This is how you separate yourself. So you don't separate yourself by being different. You separate yourself by fully being yourself. That's the separator here. Now, the fourth thing here, as you're making this content for a particular person, focused on what it is that they want, need, and solutions to their problems. Along the way, you want to analyze the data and focus on action goals. So many people are just out here posting content randomly, and they're not focused on anything except just posting content, and they're not tracking anything at all. So here, yes, you do want to post consistently, but after a 30-day window, evaluate your data. And that's another thing also. So many people are not given the platform of YouTube enough time to actually give them data back that they can actually read and make strategic moves from. YouTube is a long-form platform. YouTube is the only long-form evergreen platform. When I say evergreen, that means that the content is not here today, gone tomorrow, like short-form social media. And short-form social media, for the most part, is not even here today, gone tomorrow. It's really here today, gone today. But YouTube is the only platform where the video that you post today will be getting seen for weeks, months, and years from now. So I'll say after a 30-day window, that's when you start to evaluate your data, and that's when you really start to evaluate things like your click-through rate. That's the percentage of people that click your videos from the impressions that YouTube gives you. So if you don't know what an impression is simply just an eyeball, not a view, but an eyeball. So anytime YouTube shows your content to anybody, that's considered an impression. Your click-through rate is the percentage of people that actually click through to watch that video. So YouTube only cares about two signals. It's click-through rate. You deserve a better T than that. It's click-through rate and average view duration. This is it. I don't care what anybody else out there tells you about. These are the new signals for YouTube. This is the new thing that the algorithm's favoring. This is the new. This is all that YouTube cares about. This is how YouTube makes money. Think about it from a business sense. That's why we have to think contentpreneur instead of content creator. Think about it from a business sense. How does YouTube make money? The only way that YouTube makes money is advertisers that want to pay to get in front of an audience. They pay them for the impressions of an ad. So click-through rate gives YouTube a signal that this is a video that somebody wants to watch because they clicked on it. And then average view duration gives YouTube a signal that this is a good video because people are watching the videos. These are the only things that YouTube cares about. Because if they don't have videos that people want to watch and videos that people are watching, then the person that wants to run ads wouldn't pay to get in front of the video. This is how YouTube makes money, and this is the only thing that YouTube cares about. So you'll be tracking your click-through rate. A good click-through rate that I advise you to shoot for, especially starting off, within the first 24 hours, you want to have at least a 5% click-through rate. This is the target. If you don't have that, change your packaging, switch up your thumbnail, change your title. But this is the metric that you're shooting for, a baseline of at least 5% within the first 24 hours. Another thing, your retention. That's the second biggest thing. What's your average view duration? How long are people watching your videos? When are they going off? I'll say a good benchmark to shoot for, especially starting off, I say about 30% of the video, right? And this 30%, let me say this, because a lot of people, they don't realize this when they first start making content. The majority of your viewership is not going to watch the whole entire video. Those people that are going to be your tribe, they're going to be watching the whole video. But the majority of the viewers, they're going to click off of that. That's why I say an average of 30%. Because you're going to have those people that are disinterested, don't like you, have a short attention span, whatever. They're going to be clicking off. That's what's actually bringing this thing down. But you'll start to build your people that are the tribe for you, and they're going to be the ones lifting this up. All right. Now, also in your analytics on each video, you'll get a retention graph. You'll see where people are dropping off. Go back, just like if you were playing sports or something like that, and study the film. That's what people do in sports. They watch the game tape, and when they mess up, they see it right there. So YouTube is giving us so much data, but so many creators out there are just ignoring it. Look at your engagement drop-offs. If at your hook, you're seeing that you're having 50% of people click off the video, now you know, oh, okay, I need to work on my hooks. I need to work on my introductions. I need to work on my first 15 to 30 seconds. This is hard data to where you actually know what to work on instead of thinking and feeling like you should work on something. If in the middle of your video, people are clicking off, go there. What did I do? Can I say my message in a more concise way? All right. Now, the most important framework here that you want to be focusing on, get out of here, Siri, get off my screen, is you want to be focused on action goals instead of outcome goals. This is just a rule in business and entrepreneurship, period. So many people are focused on their desired output instead of focusing on what they actually do have control over, which is their inputs. So all that I focus on in anything, content creation, digital product creation, anything in life are my inputs because I have 100% control of those. So input goals that you need to be focusing on is you studying channels, you making this compilation of hooks. You can control your scripting. You can control you uploading consistently. What you can't control is your subscriber count, your view count, your revenue. You focus on 90% actions and then 10% outcomes. And if you only focus on your actual inputs, then you will start to get your desired outputs. Now, like I said, a lot of content creators, they're focused on this number right here, which is this revenue from AdSense. But that's so up and down. And like I said again, you don't have any control of that. That's an outcome from your consistent inputs. But if you build an offer for your audience on the back of your content, because you're only making content for them and you're only making content that is giving them the solutions to the problems that they're going through on a real life, day-to-day basis, and you're actually having empathy for them and actually caring about the people instead of caring about the money and focusing on them and helping them, then you will make way more money on the back end by creating an offer for them as a logical next best step to be like, hey, if you want more help with what I just helped you with, or if you need a little more assistance, just take that. You don't focus on this aspect of it like a content creator. You focus on the productization on the back end as a contentpreneur. You get way more money than this, and you start to get numbers coming in online your business, just like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to make more working less online with YouTube as the engine to your business, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this credit at the top community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But this right here is where it's at. And go ahead and check out this video right here for 3 digital products that you can tie to your YouTube channel that'll always sell no matter what the market's doing, no matter what's trending, and no matter what the algorithm's doing. It's credit at the top.